Ladies and gentlemen, today on the Joe Cronin Show, is Aubrey Edwards a scumbag? Ladies and gentlemen, is she today a scumbag? On the Joe Cronin Show. You're going to find out today. Is on the Joe Cronin Show. Stay tuned.
You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
Over 50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks. This place sucks. CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I want to kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
What's up, wrestling fans? It's Thursday night at 8:44 at night. And you know Daddy's here. Oh, I gotta believe it. Oh, and I bet they said the same. They said the same about people. Anyway, retard on Twitter had to say something stupid too. What's up? Aubrey Edwards, is she a scumbag? Speaking of Twitter, I got some Twitter stuff from Aubrey Edwards. We're going to talk about it on this show. A lot of people call her a scumbag. A lot of people say she sucks. A lot of people say she's distracting. Chris Jericho seems to love her to death because he puts her in every single one of his matches, which I think is because, listen, first of all, Chris Jericho is one of the best ever, a legend, a guy who donates to so many causes outside of wrestling. Seems like this just fucking awesome human being, Chris Jericho. Love Jericho. But I don't know why he loves Aubrey Edwards, and it makes me wonder if there's something going on there, if you know what I mean. Something's up. How long, you know what I mean? Something's happening in Sleepy Town there with Jericho and Aubrey, because how can somebody, well, we'll get into that later, but let me quickly first say I love Jericho, and Aubrey Edwards really seems like a nice person. She really does. Like, to me, for the most part, she seems like a pretty nice person. So I think a lot of people have a tough time criticizing her, except there are a lot of people on Twitter that don't mind criticizing her. Like some of the criticisms on Twitter, I mean, it runs wild on her on Twitter. And I think she really has toned it down a little bit more recently. Like, I feel like she has made improvements. I don't know who trained her originally that trained her to act like a fucking asshole, because even though I think Aubrey Edwards, to me, is a nice person, and she seems sweet and whatever, we do have a story here that's going to sort of push back against that, and we'll talk about that. But I think she has done a better job recently. We're also going to talk about the match the other night, the horror Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre AEW. Like, it really did remind you of, like, WCW on its way down. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was very much like a, damn, this might be the end of days for this company, but it's not that big a deal. It was stupid and sloppy and weird, and we're all going to talk about that. Gnarly91 says Jericho's wife is hotter than Aubrey. Damn. That's messed up, bro. We got a poll up top there if you guys want to vote on the poll about what you think about Aubrey Edwards. But I'm going to read this story to you guys in just a second. This comes from Twitter. It's all pretty much allegedly, so I don't really know 100% about what's up. But apparently this comes from a band, someone in a band who was at a signing. And I think I have heard of the band, maybe August Burns Red. I feel like I've heard that, but like that sounds like any other generic band that could exist now that I wouldn't know about. You know what I mean? Like October Tree Falls, like November Bleeds. It just sounds like any band, like November Bleeds. What is this called again? August Burns Red. Like they're probably like they could be metal, but they're probably some goofy, cheesy punk band. And knowing Aubrey Edwards, they've got to be terrible. So I would believe this story even more. We're going to go listen to the band now, in a minute. Actually, we're not going to listen now, but we're going to listen in a minute. Because if this is true, the band has to be terrible, right? I can't believe Aubrey Edwards has good taste in music, but maybe she does. And like I said, I think Aubrey Edwards is a nice person, I think. Although a lot of people claim that she did terrible things to their videos on AEW and stuff like that when they played video content of AEW. I don't know. So that's all. I don't know what I can say about that. But she doesn't look good as far as, how her actions in the ring a lot of times, and her goofy stares and crazy faces she makes and just over the top horse shit that she does. But is she a scumbag? I mean, why do people say that? But let's read what this person allegedly experienced from Aubrey Edwards. I do hear a little bit of this goofiness when she does her podcasting thing. So I can say that she does have a bit of a, annoying, I don't know, man. There's something about her that's sometimes, it's weirdly enraging. I don't know, how to explain it, bro. She gets on your nerves and is enraging somehow. When I listen to her podcast stuff, oh, my God, I can't stand it. But she just seems nice, though, so, I'm like, maybe I'm the asshole. Maybe I'm a bad person. I don't know. Probably me. But, so, yeah, they basically said that they had an interaction with her and they found out who she was later, and then they went to describe it to somebody, and this was, I guess, on a podcast or somewhere. I don't know. Jake Lures, lead singer of the band August Burns Red, Spider Bleeds Blue, spoke about Aubrey Edwards, was shocked he didn't know who she was at a record signing. The full quote here below. Yeah, it was crazy, man. We were doing a signing, and this crazy lady comes up. He calls her a crazy lady, bro. Poor thing. And this crazy lady, imagine you're a fan of this band and this guy's calling you a crazy person, and then this comes out. That's devastating. This is why you don't meet your heroes, because maybe Aubrey Edwards is a friggin' fan of this band, and this guy's shitting on her. Dude, why would you shit on a fan? You know what I mean? But anyway. Yeah, it was crazy, man. We were doing a signing, and this crazy lady comes up and gets me to sign an album for her. Gets you to sign an album? Aren't you at an album signing? Aren't you supposed to be signing albums? You know what I mean? You fucking idiot in a retard band. These people are, everybody's a retard. Yeah, it's crazy. This crazy lady came up to us and made us and got us to sign her album. So your fans are crazy ladies, and they have to like force you to sign the albums at the album signing. You fucking August Burns Red retard. Anyway, whatever. That being said, let's continue. You don't recognize me, do you? She said. And I replied to her, not really, no, should I? In which she replied, I'm Aubrey Edwards. I think she said her name was, and I said to her, who? Sorry, I don't know that name. In which she goes, I'm a wrestling referee. Maybe one of the most famous in the business. You really haven't seen me before? And I said to her, no, I'm sorry. I haven't watched WWE in like a few years, to be honest. I'm a wrestling fan, but I've just been busy. And she laughed and said, WWE? I'm not in that garbage. I'm in AEW. You really need to check it out and see for yourself what we're doing over there. It'll get you back into wrestling, I promise you that. He didn't say he left wrestling because it sucks. He said, I got busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't even, if that's really what she said and this really, in this actual thing actually happened, this interaction, that's not what she said. You know what I mean? Like, what is he, if that's true. Anyway, what is she doing? And see for yourself what we're doing over there. It will get you back into wrestling, I promise you that. And I laughed and said, okay, have a nice day, lady. And as she was walking off, she turns around and says, what are you laughing at? Before the event security eventually moved her along because there were a ton of people behind her and she'd already taken up like 5 minutes of time. It was pretty insane, dude. It was pretty insane. Yo, this fucking guy allegedly had an interaction with Aubrey Edwards at a record signing and called her a crazy lady. The interaction was insane. And she's a psycho narcissist weirdo fuck. That's basically what I get out of that. And I also get out of that he throws his famous fans under the bus. That's also what I get out of that, by the way. So be careful when you meet August Burns Red if you're somewhat of a celebrity and if you name drop what you do, because they will bury it. This guy buried her and buried AEW. Mostly buried her, though. Mostly he buried her and shit on her. And honestly, that's kind of mean, bro. I mean, this is a fan of yours, even if she is a fuck. You know what I mean? Like Aubrey Edwards allegedly is kind of fucking a weirdo. Irritating, crazy, whatever. Like, you could go through all the, words and mean things and the names of what she has done, is, and whatever. By the way, we found out today that Maui considers water sacred, and that's why they didn't use it to try to put out fires on people that died in Maui, Hawaii. So, great job over there to the great leaders of Hawaii. Or Hawaii, or whatever it is. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, Aubrey Edwards, man, was just annihilated by this band. But we're going to go listen to them.
Referee from a worker.
We're going to go listen to this band and find out, like, how terrible they are. Bro, this is the fucking creepiest shit ever. Like, what is this? Why is this happening in wrestling? What is this, guys? What is this, dude? And dude, just I don't know, bro. I just don't get it. I don't know who trained her. They were like, act like you're a wrestler. I feel like back in the day when they used to train referees, they were like, don't be anything like the wrestlers. Be a legit referee. Even when you take a bump, do you know what I mean? Even when you take a bump, don't sell it really like a wrestler. But good Lord, she's selling bumps even when she's not taking them. That's how crazy she is at this point. So do you believe the story from the guy in the band, Red Beard Burning in August, or whatever the name of the band was? I don't know. But there is a poll up about, do you think Aubrey's a scumbag? We're going to review that poll in just a minute. We're going to review that poll in a minute. We're going to talk about a few other things, and we're going to listen to that band right now, and we're going to play donations. So, guys, if you want to donate to my stream and you want to support me, guys, you want to help me out, feel free to do it. The donations are on. You can use, if you really want to help me, we could use the money now. So if you want to send me money now, then use Streamlabs pinned to the top of the stream. Streamlabs is up there. Or you can use Stream Elements down below if your credit card's weird or whatever and you need to use it that way. Either one of those works for you either way. Or you can super chat, or you can become a member, get all the icons, get all the unlockable stuff in the chat right now. Do whatever you want. It all helps. It all works. It's all awesome. But if you do want to send it to me now, that'd be great because, yeah. Anyway, let's go to the band. Let's find out how fucking terrible, because this is a band that Aubrey Edwards loves. And I'm probably going to get a copyright hit for this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I want to hear what these fucking cocksuckers sound like. I want to hear what kind of shit. I want to hear what kind of band that Aubrey Edwards is listening to when she's a maniac herself, and what kind of a band she would like that would then laugh at her and throw her under the bus when she allegedly acts like a cunty clown. All right, let's find out. And by the way, they'll never tour with Chris Jericho's Fozzy, so kiss that shit goodbye, August Burns Red. And listen, ABR, if you are listening, if you didn't experience this and these aren't your words and this is a fake story somehow written by somebody somewhere, you better find this person and sue them, because you will never play with the greatest band ever in the history of the world. I'm talking about Fozzy. Yeah, come on. I am guilty for having sex. Sorry. But no, you'll never play with Fozzy. You'll never play with Chris Jericho, you balding piece of shit front singer. August Burns Red piece of shit. Throw your own fans under the bus when you find out they're famous? Wow. You gotta be a punk band who is straight edge or something. You must be punk fans. You must be CM Punk Phil Brooks fans. Anyway, let's play it. Let's hear what this band sounds like. Okay, they're not punk. In fact, this sounds like something I would play back in the day when I was in a band that kind of sounded a lot like Diecast back in the day. Okay, I'm starting to believe the band's story now. Now, I thought they were going to come on and be like, I thought it was going to be some like whiny punk pop thing that was really terrible, but they're actually kind of like metal, hardcore-ish, more hardcore-ish maybe, with a little bit of metal-ish, more hardcore. But you know what? I'm surprised. Usually bands like this, though, bro, they're on the dot, bro. You know what I mean? August Burns Red. They're getting a lot of free promotion, let me tell you that. It's kind of like a little bit of it's like Diecast meets it's like Diecast and like a little bit of Cradle of Filth, sort of a little bit mixed with like a lot of hardcore. What's the band? Who's the band that I played with back in the day that I told you guys was terrible? Not Hatebreed, the other band. A little bit of Hatebreed. They kind of sound like Diecast, Hatebreed, and a little Cradle of Filth there. mixed with something else hardcore. What's the band? Who's the band that I played with? Killswitch Engaged. That's what it was. That singer was a piece of shit. Fuck you if you're listening, by the way. You cocksucker. Fuck. That tour was a fucking nightmare. I wanted to take my drummer's drumstick and stuff it up the guy's ass from Killswitch Engage. It sounds like a lot of bands all mixed in together, all ruffled up around in metal. Yeah, it's kind of hard to figure it out. You believe them because of how they sound, Joe, says the Ghost from the Coast. Yeah, man, we're not doing science here, you know? We're just going on basic understandings, you know? We're doing our best guesstimate here on the Joe Cronin Show. Because I can't get Aubrey Edwards on the show. She wouldn't come on the show. I don't know why. Cody Rhodes came on my show. So many others have come on my show. Hell, I should be working in AEW as an announcer and kicking that Excalibur face mask fuck out of there. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, Excalibur's probably one of the better ones now. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I should be there. I won't be. And Aubrey Edwards should be here defending herself to all these scumbags, you know? And how about this band throwing her under the bus? That's the thing that's being left out in all this, allegedly, right? Allegedly, this this band kicked out their own, or didn't kick out their fan, but didn't want to have anything to do with her, really. Called her a crazy lady. I mean, dude, let me tell you something, bro. This band is fucking weird for saying that about their fans, especially when they find out their fan is like a like person who's viewed by almost a million people a week, and 2 million people know who she is, right? Like 2 million people. I think we can all agree, right? Probably 2 million people know who Aubrey Edwards is. You know? I mean, how many people know who August Burns, whatever? It looks like they get about 500,000 views on their videos, but I don't know. They got 6 million on an old video way back in the day. They got millions of views on their videos. So, yeah, I mean, they may have a 500,000 fans, maybe. August Burns Red might have 500,000 fans, but, you know, Aubrey Edwards has 2 million people that have seen her that know who she is. And, you know, it would have been great if she had said, I met August Burns Red. It was great. It was so cool. They did a signing the other day. And then other people are like, who's that? Let me check that out. You know what I mean? But now instead, they like think that she's an idiot. So either they're stupid and they're mean to their fans, or she really sucks. Or is it both? It could be both, right? Let's take a look at the poll and see how you guys feel about Aubrey Edwards. So many people have strong feelings about her. I said I think she's a nice person from what I can see. Does she do stuff that's annoying in the ring and makes me wonder how she ever became a referee? Yeah. But has she gotten better? Yes. So is she a good person seemingly? I feel like she kind of is. Is she a little braggadocious and weird and eccentric? Yes. Has she gotten better as a referee? I think so. Does she still annoy me, though? And is it irritating? Yes. But in the end, like, it's not like she's Hitler, you know? She just does some things that's like, what? But also she likes bands that hate her, so I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, it's 157 votes on the poll as we go and look at the poll now. And we're going to go to donations in a minute. I see some donations have probably popped in. I will play them in just a minute. So look for that in just a second if you want to. I don't go live on Thursdays a lot. Last Thursday, we had a horrible show. I don't know what happened. And I said I would never go live on Thursdays again, but here I am on a Thursday. I don't know why, but I'm here on a Thursday, even though last Thursday was terrible. Is Aubrey Edwards a scumbag? 35% say yes. Damn. Wow. 16% say I don't know. 15% say no, she's great. So some people do love her. That's good, right? But 34% say she's annoying, but I wouldn't say that, that she's a scumbag. So basically 69% of you are negative on Aubrey Edwards. So 69% of you guys, and you guys are predominantly AEW fans. So when people come and say, like, oh, those aren't AEW fans, they're scumbags themselves, or they're the fringe weirdos or something like that. No. 69% of you guys and most of you are AEW fans. Not everybody here is. I'd say about 70% of this audience, 60, 70% of you guys are watching AEW, and 69% of you are, saying she is a scumbag or she's annoying. And only about 31% like her or have no comment on it. So, it's clear that there's a lot of negative there in some way or the other. And in fact, 36% people believe she's a scumbag. That's like, at least 1/4, if a little more than 1/4 of the crowd here. Let me tell you, I'm going to get my AR and shoot people. What was that, Earl? 37% she's a scumbag. Wow. I mean, that's something. We'll talk about Tony Khan and AEW allegedly banning ICP or refusing ICP from performing on their show. Now, I don't know who the bad guy is there, I don't know who the bad guy is. Would you want a couple of fucking retard idiots coming onto your wrestling program who literally, bring nothing to the table but fucking retardism like ICP? Would you guys really want ICP working in your company? Hey, everybody thinks we're a fucking joke. Let's bring in ICP. Oh, but you know what? We'll have a fucking Halloween horror match, and Jeff Jarrett will win a fictitious horror championship while the whole ring is covered in syrup blood. Yeah, we really are too good for ICP, guys. We don't need ICP. And they say homophobic things and stuff like that, so we can't have them here. That would be somewhat understandable from the business Tony Khan perspective, I suppose. But are you serious, guys? You're that much... See, you're so much better than ICP, right? Like, because that show on Wednesday was fucking retarded, but oh my God, if they had ICP, that would have tipped the scales. It would have been off the rails terrible if that's the case. You know what I mean? Wow, if they had ICP there, it would have been over. ICP on AEW. Can you imagine if ICP was there? Couple of juggalos in AEW. Because scumbag, allegedly, Aubrey Edwards isn't enough of a clown, You couldn't have ICP there. No, that'd be too much if we did that.
ICUP on a tree. I see Aubrey P on me. Aubrey Edwards, girl of the year. Yeah, bet you don't know she's a queer. Yeah, we can come to the AEW, cause we might say the word too much. Yeah, what's wrong with drinking some Faygo? Put it down your throat and then you say, yo, what's up? Everybody, look at my bunghole. Oh my God, Violent J, I'm gay. Oh my God, Tony Khan hates us. Ever since he saw me take a chair to the nuts. Here we come. Yo, call him chicken butt. Let's go to Chicken Nut and have sex with the chicken slut. Yeah, Aubrey Edwards, she's no chick. I bet Pull Her Pants Down has a dick. Oh my God, here we go. One more verse. Aubrey Edwards, a fucking curse. ICP. I see Aubrey's got herpes. ICP, ICUP, I see Aubrey HIV, and
I mean, you don't want that on the show? You guys don't want that on the show? You guys don't want ICP on the show singing songs like that? Why? Why not? I don't know what's wrong with that. I think it would have been a good show, to be honest. I don't see the problem. But a lot of people do see the problem. Let's go to the donations now. The only way that I'm able to survive in life and fund my life and family and fund this show is by donations from you guys. So let's play them and see how much money I made today on this stream. I don't know. I'm just trying to stall because the thing won't load. Oh, there it goes. Okay, here we go. Donation time. If you want to donate, the link is in the chat above. Superchats work as well. You know what? Aubrey Edwards looks pretty hot right here, though. I got to be honest. Like, this photo of her right there, like I said, she's nice, bro. Like, Aubrey Edwards, I believe, is a really nice person in real life, maybe. You know, she seems like fun and stuff like that. Maybe that's why Jericho really loves her. But look at her. She looks pretty hot right there, to be honest. It's my birthday, so you became a member. Oh, Drew Bar. Yo, Drew Bar, thank you so much, my friend, for becoming a member, dude. You are the man, brother. Thanks to everybody who's been re-upping their memberships and getting the icons and the badges, and membership streams only are coming. That's 44 months in a row for Drew Bar. God damn, Drew Bar, you beast. You beast, brother. Yo, Mastro, what's up in the chat?
Basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Go ahead and do it.
August Burns Red, who is that?
I'll tell you who it is. It's a reptilian coming down from Mars, and here's the thing. It's going to suck everybody's cocks off. That's exactly what's going to happen. And here's the thing. They came down from Mars and impregnated Hillary Clinton, and when she gives birth to the third coming of the goblins... I'm sorry, I don't know. Anyway, Gerald Armstrong, thank you for the donation. Yeah, August Burns Red, a band that Aubrey Edwards is a fan of, and she went to get a signing from them. They came out on Twitter, and I read it earlier in the stream. Go back and listen if you missed it. But they basically said she was a crazy lady, and she was bragging about AEW, and how could they not know who she is? And they called her a crazy lady, and it was an insane experience. So they literally threw her under the bus, even though she's a fan of them. Which, even though I know there's a lot of you that don't like Aubrey Edwards, and I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't fans of her, and I agree, you know, she's been a bit eccentric, ridiculous, and I don't think she's really the best referee at many times. But sometimes she is really good, I think. And so whatever. And Chris Jericho loves her. So August Burns Red is never going to play a show with Fozzy ever because they're burying her. But I also feel bad for her, man, because she's a fan of this band, and they just go out and put her on blast about her being a fan of them, kind of. I know she name-dropped her own shit, allegedly. But, like, bro, that's a mean-ass thing to do to a fan of yours. That sucks. Like, can you imagine how shitty she feels? Like, if this is true and people are out there talking about this everywhere and sharing it everywhere, it's just fucking weird of them to do. Like, I'm actually coming to her defense in this. Like, I don't agree with her on a lot of how she acts in the ring, and I find it weird. She makes a lot of shit about herself, it feels like. But, like, that's a fucked up thing to do, man, as a band who's supposedly... I don't know, dude. I just think that I don't know why, but I've turned. I started this podcast with, you know, trying to address how people are calling her a scumbag and a bad person and all this stuff, when I think she's fine as a person. I don't know what she's like as a person. Nobody really knows who she's like as a person. She's got to be a pretty good person for her to get along with everybody backstage and people to really like her, and Jericho to want her to be a referee in every single one of his matches, unless they're sleeping together. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but I don't know, dude, but I'm starting to think the band is the villain. They're the villain. Because who does that to a fan of theirs? You know? It's kind of fucked up.
New subscriber.
Ooh.
You fucking mark!
Blitzkrieg 2002. Hey, man, thanks for subbing to the channel, bro. You friggin' mark. Welcome. Click the like button and stick the thumb up my ass while you're at it, too. If you want, I don't know. Thank you, brother. Should it have been CM Punk versus Kenny Omega? We'll never know.
New subscriber.
We'll never know.
You fucking mark!
Lord Zod! Lord Zod has become a subscriber. Lord Zod. Lord Zod. This makes me think of Superman. That's all it makes me think of. Yo, Lord, thanks for
version of monetize that.
Holy shit!
Monetize that. You can monetize that. I'm kind of fat.
Oh my God!
Buy me a mask. Tommy and C.
The ghost from Edwards
Buy me a
knows!
mask. Buy me a mask. Buy me a mask. Do you have $150? Buy me a mask. Would you please buy me a mask? Buy me a mask. I could ask. Buy me a mask, I'm Tommy MC, and I'm gonna monetize that. Buy me a mask.
Oh my God, $150 from Ghost from the
I don't
Coast.
like blacks, pyroclastic flow. I don't like blacks. Ask me that, ask me this. Monetize that, monetize that. Can I get a mask from Tommy MC? I'm fat, I'm fat. Can I get a mask? Can I get a mask? Can I get a mask? I want a mask. Can I ask? Can I get a mask?
Lol ICP? No one cares about those old fat clowns. But that chainsaw match was so stupid it was fun.
Yeah, you know, Ghost from Edwards knows. Thanks for the $150. Man, Ghost, I'm trying to like ignore the fact that I want to blow you for sending me $150 and just try to talk about your subject. But Ghost, man, I have to blow you for a second. Thank you so much, Ghost. That was crazy nice of you, dude. Holy shit, bro. The Ghost from the Coast dropping $150, and he's already a $150 patron. Damn, man. Ghost, we're gonna have to put you up here because I don't think anybody's gonna beat that tonight. Oh well, I mean it's happened. People have beat stuff like this before, but let's just put it up because I don't think anybody's gonna beat that 150. But that will be probably the top dono of the night. So let's get that up there. Top dono. Ghost from the Coast. Thank you, man. Hey, going back to the discussion. Yeah, you know what? I actually was entertained by the horror match. I went back and rewatched it. A lot of people were down on it, and I think if you hold it in a certain context, in a certain light, that it does appear very goofy, weird, low level for AEW. They're promoting this horror thing, and it's just a little bit. It's very
Shit bum.
very WWE.
Here's $5.
Oh,
Dork Knight is human AIDS. Dude is the worst. I'd fuck Aubrey.
Dork Knight, man. One of his daughters he wants to have sex with. Another one of his daughters he called an ugly horse or whatever. Yeah, Dork Knight is one of the weirdest people I've ever had on this show, and I love him for it. Black Pumpkinhead. Thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum, brother. Good to have you here, brother. Can I get a brother in the chat, everybody? Brother in the chat. If you can drop one, go ahead. Black Pumpkinhead BPH. How black are you? I mean, I'm really pasty white. I love you, Black Pumpkinhead, though. Go ahead. Yeah, who remembers when Tommy asked for that mask? For the people that don't know, that donation song came about because Tommy went to one of my donators behind the scenes on this show. He went to one of my donators, and he was like, could I borrow $150? And then we were like, well, what the hell was it for? And he's like, well, it's this mask. I want to buy a mask. And it was like this fucking idiot wanted to buy a mask from a store just to wear the mask around, just to have a mask. He just wanted to buy a clown mask because he's weird. And he asked one of the donators for $150. And I'll never forget that, bro. It was like the most mind-blowing thing. You know, one of the people who were donating to this show, so I can, like, back in the day when I used to make a lot of money on this show, and we used to have tons of donators all over the place. And I would pay some people, we would pay for certain things. It funded the show, it paid my bills. Like, this show funded everything. And this guy was like, well, fuck that. I'm going to reach out to one of the donators and ask him for $150. And that was all so he could buy a goddamn clown mask. It was the weirdest shit ever. But going back to what Ghost said, yeah, it was stupid but fun. I found it to be all right. You know, it was ridiculous. I thought it's just weird. All this list of banned things comes out. And remember I told you guys, I said this when the list of banned things came out? And I said that, listen, this list is older. They've already been doing this. And most of this stuff still happens and gets approved. So this list leaking out doesn't matter really, because it's already something that they've been implemented with for a while. You know what I mean? And they just go over it in the meetings. Like, oh, you want to go into the crowd? Okay. You want to do this? Okay. And they get it approved. And Tony Khan basically almost approves just about everything. So it doesn't matter anyway. It's just for continuity reasons and to make sure, that he really wants to do it at that point, that time, and whatever else. So the list of banned things is not that big a deal. It's really a list of requirements, which most wrestling companies have things like this, right? If you want to do certain things, we kind of got to run it by us a little bit, right? Like if you're planning something crazy or whatever. But a lot of it is just, suggested stuff, and it wasn't 100% confirmed by Tony Khan, but it wasn't denied either by Tony Khan. And what Tony Khan said was something and I'm not quoting, but something to the effect of, we don't have a list necessarily, and that didn't just come out. But yeah, many things on there are things that we, that get approved, and it's not wrong, but it's not like we didn't just release a list like that. So Tony Khan basically was saying, yes, all that's true, but I didn't just release a list of banned things. So it's one of those things where it's like some of the truth leaked out, but in a nefarious way. The truth leaked out in a sort of sensationalized way, right? Probably created by the media or, whoever was putting out that wrestling news at that time, right? Like, so it's true, but it's not gospel. And what I find funny is after that news, weeks before that, people have been bleeding every week on the show and doing flips and doing all kinds of things, going into the crowd, taking stuff from the crowd. Weeks later, they're still doing it. And even funnier, they had like a bloodbath. And I know that wasn't real blood. It was clearly like corn syrup, fake blood. We all know that. I didn't know that at first because I tuned in the middle of the match. So I tuned in the middle of the match. I went, Jesus Christ! Did somebody get cut in the jugular? What is going on? And I was flipping out. I was like, holy shit. It's all over Karen Jarrett. It's all over everywhere. Jesus Christ, where's the doctor? And so I didn't see the part earlier until later when I went back and watched it again. But even though it was fake, it still has the effect of looking like blood on TV. So it still looks like there's this massive blood coming out of people, even though, it's fake. So what's the difference? So anybody that thinks like this stuff is just banned and it's not really happening anymore and they don't do it and whatever, no, it was never that. There was blood weeks before that. There's blood weeks after it, and then there's crazy shit like this. And on top of that, these rules or laws or whatever, and some people have broken them several times. They've been broken. These rules have been broken, and people have been fined, allegedly, right? I can't confirm that, but people have allegedly been fined or been admonished at least, right, by Tony Khan and by officials and TV network people, I guess, or not network people, but like producers backstage. So, it's not that crazy a deal. And clearly this stuff is still going on, so whatever. Let's go back to the poll now. We started the show talking a lot about Aubrey Edwards. Is she a scumbag? I told you I think she's a nice person, but she's a little braggadocious, a little eccentric, a little annoying, and she's definitely a weird referee. But she interacted with this band called Auburn something, which is funny because Aubrey almost sounds like Auburn. Auburn Red Burning October or something. And they basically said she was waiting in line, and then she was like, "Oh, you don't recognize me?" And they were like, "What are you talking about?" And then she's like, "Well, you don't recognize me? I'm Aubrey Edwards." And they're like, "We don't know who you are. What the fuck are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm in wrestling. I'm a wrestling referee. I'm like one of the most famous wrestling referees." And then they were like, "Oh yeah, we don't watch WWE anymore. Stopped watching a while back. Got really busy." "Oh no, not WWE. I'm in AEW. It's this other company. You should check it out. You get back into wrestling if you watch it." And then they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then she was like, "You really don't recognize me?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then they ushered her away because they were like, "All right, we'll see you later." And then she was like, and then they were laughing. And then she turned around and was like, "What are you laughing at? What's so funny?" And then they were like, still laughing. And then the security pushed her away because like she was holding up the line, they said. So it's like, dude, it's weird because the band Autumn Burning Red or Autumn Burns Red or whatever the fuck their name is, it's like two things, right? You got Aubrey Edwards if this story is true, right? We still don't know if the story's true. We've said this several times because I want to be careful. You got to remember, this story may not be true. I don't know. I don't know the sources involved, and since it's not really the worst thing ever, if it's wrong, who cares? But so what I get out of this is Aubrey Edwards is a weird, narcissistic, braggadocious, name-dropping, fan of herself, which is evident that Aubrey is full of her own self. It's very weird. But also that the band Auburn Burns Red, or whatever the fuck the name of the band is, I keep forgetting. Oh, yeah, they're August Burns Red. And so the band August Burns Red, if this is true, they're scumbags because they shit on their own fans. Do you know what I mean? Like, they shit on their own fucking fans. That's crazy. You got a famous. You have a semi-famous, you have a somewhat celebrity-ish sort of person meeting you, marking out for you and acting weird for herself, but you just end up calling her a crazy lady and making fun of her. I just find that bizarre as well. So as much as Aubrey Edwards might be a weird, self-absorbed psycho, I find it bizarre that August Burns Red would shit on a fan of theirs. You know what I mean? Why not just say, oh, that's wicked cool, man. Holy shit, you're on TV, and we'll have to check it out. Thanks for coming out. Like, yeah, maybe we'll come see the wrestling show sometime. Maybe we can play at AEW. Maybe we could do a theme for one of the wrestlers or something. Hook us up. We like you. Cool. All right, well, I got to move the line along, but you should give me a call or just buy, whatever. If you don't want to talk to her, fine. Okay, cool. Bye-bye, whatever. Awesome. Thanks for being a fan. That's cool. Spread it around the locker room. See you later. But no, they're like, what a fucking idiot she is. What a crazy bitch. Like, dude, seriously? Like, what's Aubrey guilty of? What, being a little bit self-absorbed and eccentric and annoying? Okay. But, like, you're a band and you're like, fuck our fan. Damn, bro. Sorry, but the band sounds like cocksuckers. I don't know. Maybe people like them, though. I don't know. What do I know? I mean, look at the shit I say. I don't know. I'm not any better than anybody. I'm just thinking maybe the band. I don't know, dude. This kind of looks bad for the band to me, I just feel like. Shit bum.
Don Stevens strikes again. Hag.
Chief Wahoo. Don Stevens strikes again. Hag. The fuck? Don Stevens. Is there something going on with Don Stevens I don't know about? You know what? I don't even know what this means, Chief Wahoo. I gotta be honest. I was gonna just yeah, you're right, brother. Thanks for the $5, but I honestly don't know what this means. What is this reference? I don't understand. Who's Don Stevens? Isn't he like a hockey announcer? Because I'd like to be a hockey announcer. So if anybody needs, dude, can you imagine if tomorrow the Florida Panthers or one of the NHL teams needed an announcer and they happened to come across some of my commentary videos and they gave me a call and they said, hey, I know you're a Bruins fan up there in Boston, but we need a hockey announcer badly. Would you come do the Kraken or whatever? Would you come announce the Vegas Knights? Oh, my God. Can you imagine that? And then I'm calling hockey. Let's go. Is that Don Stevens? Donald Stevens is the person who takes down AEW content on Twitter, who is actually Aubrey. Oh! So Don Stevens is the fake name that Aubrey gives to take down content. Oh. That is funny. Steven Langenheim in the chat says, a long-time listener, by the way, he is, I may get made fun of for this, but Aubrey does look good in her bikini pics. She does. She's nerd hot. She's hot. Nerdy hot. Kind of. I like, I don't know. Kraken is a shitty team. I think it's a pretty good. I don't know, man. I like the Kraken's name. Really? I don't know. I kind of like the Kraken name. I think it's pretty good. Kraken, I like them, man. No, I like it. I like the Vegas Knights. I mean, they sound like golden showers. Kraken. Inside in the slot, they shoot, they score! The Kraken! Another goal! And the Dallas Stars fans are glued to their seats for all the wrong reasons. As the brave few who ventured out to Dallas celebrate in the crowd. The Kraken have tied it up 2-2. 5:32 remaining in the first. And that's the boost of energy that the Kraken needed. Work being done in the corner boards. And when it's... All right, I'm sorry. Let's go Kraken. I don't even know. I haven't even watched a Kraken game. Why did somebody bring up the Kraken? Wait a minute. Aren't the Kraken in like Antifa land? I don't want to go there, right? Because I'll get like killed or something. Dude, San Francisco should have a hockey team. They would be called the Backdoor Ice. Oh my God. I hope we blanked that out. That's not okay.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife.
$9.
Coming from Omar Fakarani. And I'm coming, and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Here's a Wendy's minimum wage. Aubrey is a cunt by the way she behaves in the ring and clearly with that band. An egomaniac cunt bag.
Ooh.
Another cunt bites to dust.
Whoa.
Fuck her. I wish I can stick a guitar pick into her stinky cunt hole.
Oh my God. What the hell, Omar? Good God. Good God, Omar.
Shit bum.
Jesus.
Aubrey is okay. I'd hit it. That said, Dork Knight should be fired naked from a trebuchet into a field of cacti.
A trebuchet. Dude, he could not pronounce the word trebuchet. It was like a trebuchet. Black Pumpkin Head, thank you for the $5. Yeah, I believe, Dork Knight should be assassinated in front of what family he has left. I agree. Thank you so much for that, Black Pumpkin Head, and Omar Fakarani for that $5 before that as well. And Omar Fakarani for all the support all week long, Omar, thank you. Jack Edwards, you're on notice. Yeah, it was always my dream. One of my dreams. I have a lot of dreams. You guys ever notice that? I was going to be on Sirius Satellite and take over that whole company, but they never put me on the air, so they fail, they lose. Anybody from Sirius Satellite Radio, hey, what's up, man? You guys want to have 1 million subscribers in the next couple months? Here I am. But you won't do it because you're pussies. But anyway, whatever. I think highly of myself, too. How about that? If I went and met this band, I'd be like, hey, you don't know who I am from YouTube? I'm Joe Cronin. You don't know me? You've never seen me? Are you guys wrestling fans? Well, I haven't watched in a couple of years. Well, I've been doing this 10 years. You haven't seen me on YouTube or something? You guys don't recognize me, dude? I have 75 million views on YouTube total, all around. 75 million views. That means that there's got to be at least like 45, 55 unique million people out there that have listened to me. That's a huge portion of the country, and you guys should be part of that portion because you guys are the age that would watch YouTube videos. You haven't seen me? You haven't seen me on there? I'm on the WWE YouTube channel. You haven't seen me on the WWE YouTube channel? I was on the WWE Network as well. Did you ever see the special WWE did? They used my little interview piece. I was on that. I'm Joe Cronin. You don't know who I am? Oh, my God. I'm on YouTube. I got 70,000 subs. I got 70 million views. I got, you don't know me, guys? Come on, man. I should just do that. I should do that. I should just be like, you guys, you don't know me? I'll just do that to everybody. I'll go to get food at the store. And I'll walk into the store and I'll be like, I'll walk up to the register with my chips and my soda. I'll buy chips and soda. And I'll walk up to the desk and I'll put the stuff down and I'll look at the cashier. And he'll be like, oh, it's $5.95. And then I go, you don't recognize me, do you? No. Why? You come in here a lot? No. Like, you recognize me from YouTube? No. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube. No, I'm sure you do. That's why I'm surprised you don't recognize me. Like, I have a YouTube channel with like a lot of subscribers and I have a lot of views. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, like my brother's a YouTuber. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of people can have channels, stuff like that. But I mean, like, I have like a lot of views. Like, you know, like the WWE like gave me free tickets, and like I made a living at this for years. Like I'm like really a YouTuber. Like I'm really a YouTuber. Oh, that's cool, man. Like, what do you have? Like, you got like 1 million subscribers or something? No, no. I mean, like I have millions of views, but like, you know, I have thousands of subscribers. Oh, okay, that's cool, man. We got like 500,000 or 300,000. How many you have? Well, I have 70,000. Most of them are dead subs now, but I had but I've got millions of views. Like, a lot of people when I go to wrestling shows, they recognize me. You know, you don't recognize me? No. Fuck you, man. Like, what? Like, I mean, that's what it goes like. Who would do that? That's fucking weird. I'm gonna do that everywhere. I'm gonna go everywhere and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that everywhere. You know what we should do is I should do that and record it, and like put a hidden, like have a hidden camera, and then I'll start getting angry when they don't recognize me. You know what I mean? And I'll just start flipping out. Like, yeah, look, don't you know? Just say you know who I am, dude. Don't pretend like it's like, hello, I am here. You can treat me like a human, dude. You don't have to give me the celebrity treatment trying to, stay away. Oh, my God, I'm not going to sue you, bro. I'm just here buying chips and soda. You could say, yo, what's up, Joe? Can I get an autograph or something like that? Hey, you guys going to be long, man? I just want to pay for my soda. Hold on a second. Man, what's your problem? You know what my problem is? This guy is pretending like he doesn't recognize me. I'm a fucking celebrity! You know what I mean? It could be really funny. Like, you're delusional, like you're delusional that you're, like, famous or something. Oh, it'd be great. Anyway, now Don Stevens caused Bitcoin to crash. Joe cuts a better promo than Seth Rollins. Okay. You know when I cut a really bad promo? I was in wrestling school. It was like 2008. No, it was 2006. It was 2006. I was in a wrestling seminar thing. And I don't know why, but I got really freaked out and I thought I was going to cut this certain promo, and then instead I like veered into saying really just awful. It was really bad. And I remember I wished it was on video. I'm glad it's not on video because it was really terrible, but I almost wish it was on video because I would definitely play it right now and make fun of it if I had it, but I don't. YouTube psychosis, roadside taco. That's funny. It's a good thing Bill Belichick likes ball control on offense. Nobody turns more 50-yard runs into 15 runs than Zeke. Yeah, the Patriots... Well, and here's the other thing. The Patriots have Ramondre Stevenson, and he's been doing great. So now we've kind of got this, like, combo that I think should be pretty good, right? By the way, Ramondre Stevens. Is it Stevenson or Stevens? I forget now, but it's one of the best names ever. Ramondre Stevenson. Is it Stevens? It's not a real name, by the way, Ramondre, but whatever. What? It's Stevens. Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson. Oh, it's Stevenson. Damn, he was born in 1998? He was born the summer of the King of the Ring, 1998. I was 14 years old. The Attitude Era was in full swing, and Ramondre Stevenson was born. His parents were banging, watching Monday Night Raw. That's crazy. Ramondre Stevenson in the backfield. The handoff. And Ramondre Stevenson hits a hole. jumps over a defender, and he's got 20 yards to go. Rumbling down the field is Ramondre Stevenson, and the New England Patriots score 6 for Ramondre. Sorry. I just got excited at something that didn't even happen. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Shit bum.
August burns red as Luis Antonio's butt after July.
Oh my God. Mr. Pico Boulevard, thank you for the donation, sir. Oh shit, my wife is texting me. Oh shit. All right, Leah's texting me. Give me a second here real quickly. We've got more donations to play. Let's see what we got. Skeletor the Lich is so late to this party, I'm going to have to re-explain everything to him all over again. Let's do it.
Hard, I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Tommy, shout out to the Girdles Joe. What does that mean? Tommy, I don't know.
That was a good time when Tommy didn't know what shout out to the girls meant. But he said it. He said shout out to the girls, and he didn't know what it meant. Hey, 10, thank you for the donation, my friend. Thank you for the $9 and exploding my pants. No, that's okay, Skeletor. Real quickly, I'm going to find out what my wife wants, so while I do that, I'm gonna show you what we're talking about with Aubrey Edwards right now. So check this out right here, and Daddy will be right back. So I would believe this story even more. We're going to go listen to the band now in a minute. Actually, we're not going to listen now, but we're going to listen in a minute, because if this is true, the band has to be terrible, right? I can't believe Aubrey Edwards has good taste in music, but maybe she does. And like I said, I think Aubrey Edwards is a nice person, I think. Although a lot of people claim that she did terrible things to their videos on AEW and stuff like that when they played video content of AEW. I don't know. So that's all. I don't know what I can say about that. But she doesn't look good as far as, how her actions in the ring a lot of times, and her goofy stares and crazy faces she makes and just over-the-top horse shit that she does. But, is she a scumbag? I mean, why do people say that? But let's read what this person allegedly experienced from Aubrey Edwards. I do hear a little bit of this goofiness when she does her podcasting thing. So I can say that she does have a bit of a, annoying, I don't know, man. There's something about her that's sometimes, it's weirdly enraging. I don't know, how to explain it, bro. She gets on your nerves and is enraging somehow. When I listen to her podcast stuff, oh my God, I can't stand it. But she just seems nice, though, so, I'm like, maybe I'm the asshole. Maybe I'm a bad person. I don't know. Probably me. But, so, yeah, they basically said that they had an interaction with her and they found out who she was later, and then they went to describe it to somebody. And this was, I guess, on a podcast or somewhere. I don't know. Jake Lures, lead singer of the band August Burns Red, Spider Bleeds Blue, spoke about Aubrey Edwards, was shocked he didn't know who she was at a record signing. The full quote here below. Yeah, it was crazy, man. We were doing a signing, and this crazy lady comes up. He calls her a crazy lady, bro. Poor thing. And this crazy lady, imagine you're a fan of this band and this guy's calling you a crazy person, and then this comes out. That's devastating. This is why you don't meet your heroes. Because maybe Aubrey Edwards is a friggin' fan of this band, and this guy's shitting on her. Dude, why would you shit on a fan? You know what I mean? But anyway. Yeah, it was crazy, man. We were doing a signing, and this crazy lady comes up and gets me to sign an album for her. Gets you to sign an album? Aren't you at an album signing? Aren't you supposed to be signing albums? You know what I mean? You fucking idiot in a retard band. These people are, everybody's a retard. Yeah, it's crazy. This crazy lady came up to us and made us and got us to sign her album. So your fans are crazy ladies. And it's and they have to like force you to sign the albums at the album signing. You fucking August Burns red retard. Anyway, whatever. That being said, let's continue. You don't recognize me, do you? She said. And I replied to her, not really. No, should I? In which she replied, I'm Aubrey Edwards. I think she said her name was, and I said to her, who? Sorry, I don't know that name. In which she goes, I'm a wrestling referee. Maybe one of the most famous in the business. You really haven't seen me before? And I said to her, no, I'm sorry. I haven't watched WWE in like a few years, to be honest. I'm a wrestling fan, but I've just been busy. And she laughed and said, WWE? I'm not in that garbage. I'm in AEW. You really need to check it out and see for yourself what we're doing over there. It'll get you back into wrestling, I promise you that. He didn't say he left wrestling because it sucks. He said, I got busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't even, if that's really what she said and this really, this actual thing actually happened, this interaction, that's not what she said. You know what I mean? Like, what is he, if that's true. Anyway, what is she doing? And, see for yourself what we're doing over there. It will get you back into wrestling. I promise you that. And I laughed and said, okay, have a nice day, lady. And as she was walking off, she turns around and says, what are you laughing at? Before the event security eventually moved her along because there were a ton of people behind her and she'd already taken up like 5 minutes of time. It was pretty insane, dude. It was pretty insane. Yo, this fucking guy allegedly had an interaction with Aubrey Edwards at a record signing and called her a crazy lady. The interaction was insane. And she's a psycho narcissist weirdo fuck. That's basically what I get out of that. And I also get out of that he throws his famous fans under the bus. That's also what I get out of that, by the way. So be careful when you meet August Burns Red if you're somewhat of a celebrity and if you name drop what you do, because they will bury it. Like, this guy buried her and buried AEW. Mostly buried her, though. Mostly he buried her and shit on her. And honestly, that's kind of mean, bro. I mean, this is a fan of yours, even if she is a fuck. You know what I mean? Like Aubrey Edwards allegedly is kind of fucking a weirdo. You know, irritating, crazy, whatever. Like, you could go through all the, you know, words and mean things and the names of what she has done, is, and whatever. By the way, we found out today that Maui considers water sacred, and that's why they didn't use it to try to put out fires on people that died in Maui, Hawaii. So, great job over there to the great leaders of Hawaii, or Hawaii, or whatever it is. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, Aubrey Edwards, man, was just annihilated by this band. But we're going to go listen to them.
Referee from a worker.
We're going to go listen to this band and find out, like, how terrible they are. Bro, this is the fucking creepiest shit ever. Like, what is this? Why is this happening in wrestling? What is this, guys? What is this, dude? And dude, just I don't know, bro. I just don't get it. I don't know who trained her. They were like, act like you're a wrestler. I feel like back in the day when they used to train referees, they were like, don't be anything like the wrestlers. Be a legit referee. Even when you take a bump, do you know what I mean? Even when you take a bump, don't sell it really like a wrestler. But good Lord, she's selling bumps even when she's not taking them. That's how crazy she is at this point. So do you believe the story from the guy in the band, Red Beard Burning in August, or whatever the name of the band was? I don't know. But there is a poll up about, do you think Aubrey's a scumbag? We're going to review that poll in just a minute. We're going to review that poll in a minute. We're going to talk about a few other things, and we're going to listen to that band right now, and we're going to play donations. So, guys, if you want to donate to my stream and you want to support me, guys, you want to help me out, feel free to do it. The donations are on. You can use... All right. Jesus. All right, we're back and we're live. I had to play that last 5 minutes because Leah was calling me. My wife was calling me, and I found out it's because she made dinner. And it was ready, and I have not eaten today, so I just threw that shit down, bro, in my face. And we're going to bring on for a few minutes here. He's the Rowdy Rustafa. Yeah. Yeah. Where's my soundboard? Wait, I don't get a soundboard if I don't pay for it? Really?
Funny.
All right. There
Yo, son. What's going on, kid?
I thought we had cheers on here. We don't have cheers on here? What the fuck? We gotta get clapping. We don't have an, like...
What if you got, like, that one golf clap?
I would take a golf clap, you know? I would take a golf clap.
On a Thursday, golf clap's not bad.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off this thing don't have good cheering. But whatever. I don't know. Maybe I got to pay for it. That's why. Anyway, what do you think?
Just go.
Yeah. Rustaf is here. What do you think about this band story on Aubrey? Is this just... What do you think about it?
I mean, honestly, it's weird because ICP, I never got into.
No, it's not ICP. It's a band called August Burns Red or something.
Oh, the August Burns deal. I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's just, it was just weird.
Yeah, that's what you said about the other thing. But anyway, no. Okay, it was weird. But now, what do you think about ICP getting rejected by AEW?
I mean, they pretty much got rejected by everybody else. Right. In the wrestling business. So I mean, again, that to me is just a signal of saying, okay, I guess they're not wanted, even though they own their own promotion, so they can do that there.
Wow, I mean, you know, it's pretty bad when AEW won't even bring you in, because I feel like if anybody came to Tony Khan, who's in the wrestling business, about anything, he's like, oh my God, yeah, let's do that, let's bring you in, let's do it, but not ICP. So why do you think it is that they're such outcasts compared to other people who could make an offer to show up and they would probably say yes? So far,
maybe they sent Tony Khan something in the mail that he didn't like. I don't know.
That's really weirdly speculative.
No, I mean, dude. I mean, they're a '90s group, so back in the '90s, what were people doing? They were like, sending some weird stuff in the mail. I mean, dude, the whole deal with the Anthrax, which, by the way, Anthrax was not associated with, but people did that immediately, and I was just like, wow, because they wanted them to change their name. So,
wait a minute, I got to stop you here, Mustafa. This is one of those times. So,
all right, Joe, what do you want to talk about?
So you know how people were back in the '90s with. So I asked you why ICP may not be allowed in AEW, and your answer is they might have maybe sent something in the mail to Tony Khan, right? There's no validity. That's a wild thing to say anyway. It's kind of like weirdly random.
I mean, you say wild validity stuff yourself on a general basis.
But then you said, because you know how bands were in the 90s, and then alleging that in the 90s, lots of bands in the 90s sent all kinds of weird packages out to people, which I don't even know if that's true. But you said
practical jokes and stuff like that,
right.
Of course.
But
absolutely.
then the first band that you used as an example to that is the band Anthrax.
Still a fan of them.
Who has the name of a substance that people would send in the mail to kill people.
Right.
So why does that tie in? Where's the tie in there? Did Anthrax ever send things out in the mail to people?
Well, first of all, they didn't. They were accused of doing that. And that's why the controversy was they had to change their name. But they did that special tribute show, I think, for the 9/11 victims. And they wore these like suits basically saying, we won't change our name.
Can you? So, okay, but I'm trying to tie it together, though, right? Like,
yeah, no, I know you are.
Is it a joke? Is this a joke? Are you joking?
You're half the time you're joking. So
no,
like,
but are you joking? I'm asking. Yeah, like, are you?
That was the purpose of what came out of my mouth.
So this whole thing is a joke all along. I'm taking it seriously. That's the thing. Like, I'm like really like, oh, like I'm trying to dive into what this means. But you're joking. I get it. Like, okay, maybe they sent them something in the mail. That's funny. You know what I mean? That's funny. But you deliver it so serious that I thought you were serious. Like,
no.
Oh my God, bro! Holy shit, dude! I was like, what are we? What the fuck? I don't know, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. So I'm the idiot.
What did you eat before you came on? That might be the issue.
I don't know, but my wife gave it to me. It's probably poison.
See,
Anthrax.
I don't remember Anthrax getting accused of that, so I just was blown away by all that. I didn't. You
never knew that story?
I mean, no. Listen, I know that people send Anthrax in the mail, and I know there's a band called Anthrax, but I didn't know that they were accused of sending Anthrax in the mail.
I don't think they were ever accused. I think he got it mixed up. They were just associated with the name, and America wanted them to change it, but they didn't do it after a while.
Like there was an incident in like 2000 or 2001 that was very, very
2001
that was like made like so public that it became even more of an instigation to get that band to change their name.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Yeah, no, and they didn't. That's what I said.
But it wasn't because they were accused. I think it was just America being sensitive at the time, saying you shouldn't have a band named Anthrax.
Yeah, it's really
Anthrax.
It was just about the band name. It wasn't that they were sending or accused of sending anything in the mail. People just didn't like their name.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it was.
That makes
people wanted to.
I get it.
People wanted to retaliate against that, which is stupid.
Well,
America, why are you so sensitive?
I don't know. Why'd you ask that bitch? America, why are you such a bitch?
Ever since Eminem ethered ICP, ever since Eminem something ICP, they've been blackballed in the industry. The Trillist.
I don't know. I'd really like to see ICP back. Do you not remember when they were in WWF and they got the entire crowd going with their song? It was just hype city.
Yeah, the oddities.
Yeah,
stuff.
but that didn't last that long though. And I guess they were trying to work in the ring, and the office was just like, please don't. You know.
Well, yeah, they did have like a few matches, like tag team matches, but then they really got tag team matches in WCW, which pissed off everybody, including Jim Cornette.
Did you hear my ICP song, Gargots?
Please, I haven't heard it.
You didn't hear it?
I see UP on a tree. I see Aubrey P on me. Aubrey Edwards, girl of the year. Yeah, bet you don't know she's a queer. Yeah, we can come to the AEW, cause we might say the word too much. Yeah, what's wrong with drinking some Fago? Put it down your throat and then you say, yo, what's up? Everybody, look at my bunghole. Oh my God, Violent J, I'm gay. Oh my God, Tony Khan hates us. Ever since he saw me take a chair to the nuts. Here we come. Yo, call him chicken butt. Let's go to Chicken Nut and have sex with the chicken slut. Yeah, Aubrey Edwards, she's no chick. I bet pull her pants down has a dick. Oh my God, here we go. One more verse. Aubrey Edwards, a fucking curse. ICP. 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 I see Aubrey's got herpes. ICP. ICP. I see Aubrey HIV and
I mean, you don't want that on the show? Yeah, so
that'd be great.
Yeah,
chicken bums would be nice to see on the show.
And you know what? ICP could like do a rap battle against the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ICP would get roasted.
I like Fago.
Bad. She's a fake hoe. Like, I mean, they could do all kinds of stuff, and then they could have, the Acclaimed versus ICP in a rap off, and also the Acclaimed could call out ICP about their humor. Like, you don't like people like my tag team partner. And then they're like, no, we're not like that. Oh, yeah, why'd you say this? And they play the songs, the clips. And then they're like, we love everybody. And then they're like, well, you don't love. And then they just get in a big fight. You know, you could really turn it into a big thing. I don't know. I think, you really could have done something with ICP on Dynamite, but they reached out. Allegedly, they reached out to Tony Khan and AEW. And AEW told ICP, no thanks.
Wow. I wonder what they said. What was said in that email then?
I know, right? Well, I think
digital anthrax.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I'm betting. I don't know, but see, they had the whole horror thing going on too, and all I can think is, well, that they would have been great in that horror bloodbath match, right? They could have come out of the crowd or something.
Oh God, I got to talk about that. I really got to.
And we will. But here's the thing: I think maybe they're worried about the sponsor. Like they don't have any say. All of a sudden, we're bringing ICP into it. They probably couldn't do that. Where else are they going to put them on the show? It was a very packed show on the way to All Out. You know, they probably just didn't have a spot for them and said, oh, no thanks, but we'll keep them in mind for next time. That'd be kind of cool. So maybe they aren't, like, banned, but people are making it out that they're, like, banned from AEW, allegedly, and whatever. Anyway, Mustafa, yes, give
like
us...
Vince Russo.
Like Vince Russo style, which, by the way, banning anybody is just... I think that's a coward move, but in wrestling to do that. But, yeah, what'd you think of of AEW the other night, Mustafa?
Dude. I literally is when I saw that match, like when it got to the point where they poured the fake blood, aka like the syrup on them, I literally turned off my TV because the execution of it looked like crap. Like just the way that it was poured and it was like barely on Karen and it was like and yeah, I understood the purpose for it. So
on
like when
Karen?
he went through the red light.
Who's Karen? Oh, Jarrett?
Karen Jarrett.
Oh yeah, okay.
Get your head out.
Karen.
Well, remember, I missed it.
Well, at any rate, so they basically go through the lighting where they had like during the picture-in-picture commercial break, and there's like these red lights, so it's supposed to depict like, oh my God, they're full of blood, and I'm like, this is so. This felt like WCW like '93, where they're trying to be on the edge, but it's just so cartoony and phony, and it just looks bad. And it was like they had like the one camera. They didn't have, it wasn't like a multi-camera shot, so they couldn't pan anywhere. So it just looked really, really just dumb.
You know, JR didn't look. They didn't look good either. It's not JR's fault, but like the Kenny Omega interview didn't look good either.
That one too. Yeah, talk about that, bro.
Yeah, their backstage filming decisions and directorial decisions are bad because I said this last night. The JR didn't look right because he was just kind of sitting there watching with no reactions to anything, and he really can't have them because he's so limited. So it was like, okay, get the camera off JR first of all. But then not only did they focus too long on JR just sitting there weirdly, like, but then they zoomed in on his face. As he was staring
let's go back to
why did they need that shot?
I saw that, dude. Yeah, I was like, dude, what is this? The stroke cam? Is he having a stroke again?
Says, I don't give a damn, just give me my paycheck and I'm out of here.
Yeah, he didn't look like he gave a fuck what they did. They could have raped Omega and put they could have done anything to Kenny Omega. He didn't care. You know, he was like, okay.
By God, the check is gonna clear. It's gonna clear. I swear.
Yeah, like if he had been saying, even if he had been at least able to yell something, you know, like, damn it, stop it, like, or something like that, like. That would have been good.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah.
Who in the hell do you think you are?
But he didn't do anything, you know, and which that's fine. But if that's the case and you got him in the shot already, it's too late to fix it and you're not going to reshoot it, fine. But Jesus Christ, don't pan to it or clip to a shot of him looking uninterested in the whole thing. Like we want a close up of JR. Oh, you know what? Don't use it. Fuck it. That don't look good.
There were a lot of panning issues that I had an issue with yesterday. After the Jeff Jarrett, Jeff Hardy deal, I literally turned off my TV and I was just like, I'm done. And that's the first time I've ever done that to AEW.
Wow, because it was very.
Team after that.
I went and rewatched it today, but to see it because I missed a lot of it yesterday. But I was like entertained by it. It was not good really, and I thought the show was like a 6 out of 10 or something. You know, I was fairly entertained by it, but it felt like I was watching like you said, it like a bad WWE segment and a bad WCW segment. It like they were recreating one of those WCW segments. That's what it felt like. You're right. Other people said that too.
The only segment that I actually did care for, based upon what I watched, was when they were going through the Stadium Stampede match that they're going to be having, but this time it's going to be with fans. So there's really not going to be any, I don't believe, any pre-shoot, video edits or anything like that. They're going to splice in, so it's all going to be live. But then the question is, how are you going to do that if you're going to okay, again, you could do it all within the stadium, and that's great. But then also, are you going to go backstage? Or are you going to do this? So, I'm curious of how they're going to, this.
Well, I mean, my guess is that they'll do stuff in the parking lot, the concessions. They might even go under the stadium. They'll probably go throughout the stadium. There'll probably be a lot of open concourse areas or something. So, I think it could still be really good. It just won't be that empty stadium vibe or those cuts that we saw one other time, But
so the whole stadium's gonna be filled with fans.
I mean, to sell this out, it's gonna be pretty packed.
Oh,
they're doing this at Wembley on the 27th.
Yeah, this is next week, right? This is the 27th.
Damn, it's already coming up that fast. Shit.
No, 10 days. Actually, 10 days, Joe.
Yeah, it's the 27th.
Sting kept on getting it wrong yesterday. I was like, oh, God.
What did he say?
Man. He was like, in 9 days, and then the brother that he kidnapped was like, no, it's really 11 days.
Oh, yeah. We're on 10 days now.
Yeah.
27th is 10 days away. I could care less for Hogan. He didn't want to work with me at a pitched WrestleMania because he said I had buggy whip arms. That's what Dustin Rhodes said. That's what Goldust said.
Wow.
But
Buggy
wait a minute.
whip
I could
arms.
care less for Hulk Hogan. He didn't want to work with me at a pitched WrestleMania. What WrestleMania was that? That's what I wonder.
Probably 2003.
It's got to be a later one because it wouldn't have been back in the day. So, because when he really was, I mean, I know that Dustin Rhodes was in the WWF originally for a brief time, in the late 80s or whatever it was, but he really wasn't back until 1996.
95. Well, yeah, no, he went to WWF first, then went to WCW to get some seasoning, came back in 95 with the Goldust gimmick, and oddly enough went back to WCW.
Right, 95 he came back. Yeah, so if he came back in 95, so then Hogan was gone, so yeah, so this had to have been the early 2000s.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Buggy
Because he went
whip arms.
He went against The Rock instead, probably.
Well, I don't believe that because why? Well, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Why would he? It's got to be the year after that or something. Because why? Yeah, why would he face The Rock? It didn't work out with Goldust and Dustin Rhodes, so let's get The Rock.
He wanted to hold out too.
So Joe,
I don't think Goldust would be.
Or maybe it was just a backstage segment. I don't know. But yeah, go ahead, Rostov.
No, I was just gonna say, Joe, and I was thinking about this because a buddy of mine who used to watch wrestling doesn't watch anymore because he was starting to hear about AEW for the first time, and I was kind of explaining this to him. And he was in London and he saw the poster for it. He's like, bro, I'm stationed here in London because he's in the military. He's like, bro, I'm probably gonna go to the show, and I'm like, you should, support them. You're gonna see a couple. I told him about Jericho and Sting, but I also told him based upon what AEW's strategy was, which I didn't agree from the beginning of announcing matches very late in the game. Also, notwithstanding the fact that the next week or the week after that, you have All Out, which I felt was just too close together. And he just did a recent interview where he said, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? This is a first. And I'm like, well, dude, if it's going to be a first, you want to make a first impression because at this point, even though that you sold out the arena and great, it's going to be a great, card regardless. But at the same time, I don't think that this is going to reach up to the hype that's been, surrounding this thing since the announcement.
I'm gonna blow your mind right now with something. I'm gonna make this prediction right now. I think Edge is going to AEW.
Okay, explain.
I'm dead serious. There's all these rumors about him leaving, wanting to leave, or on his way out to have a last match type of thing and whatever else. He's close with Christian. He's close with FTR and a couple other guys. And it's just weird that we're hearing these rumors of him taking off and things like that now. So I'm telling you, bro, I don't know. I got a weird feeling it could be completely wrong. But I think Edge, legit, I think Edge is going to go to AEW. I think he's going to get paid like $5 million or something like that. And literally, and I don't know why. I don't think they need him really that much. And I don't think it's got to be, I don't know. But I think Edge is going, I'm serious.
Well, the thing is, I mean, they already have Sting and Jericho there, and Jake the Snake Roberts out of all people as far as veterans that are, I mean, Mark Henry, Dean Malenko, the list goes on. But Edge being there, yes, in a sense, would be cool for a little while. But again, they're trying to focus so much on the younger talent and getting them over, which is what they should be doing. But Edge being there to like really elevate an MJF or elevate an Adam Cole or elevate a Darby Allin or somebody like that. Yeah, that's great. But honestly, and he even said in the interview recently that he just had this week where he's like, dude, I'm turning 50. My body's like banged up. And yeah, granted that I came back for a small little window, I, did it on my terms. And again, great career, great comeback. And again, you're going to finish that off, and no disrespect to him going to AEW, because I think it would be cool, but it's like, you're going to do that coming out of, again, he could still be in WWE for an extra year if he wanted to and still make bank.
Yeah, and this is a reach, by the way. It is a reach. It doesn't make sense for him to do it. Why hang it up in WWE but then go to AEW? I don't get it. Maybe he's going as an agent. Maybe he's going there to help people. Maybe he's not going there. I mean, I wouldn't bet on it. Like I'm saying, I really wouldn't put my own money down that he's going there.
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
But I don't know, dude.
I wouldn't mind either.
He is old. He is older.
But he could still go. That's the other thing, too. Even though that he's banged up, he could still go. And again, let's just hope, even if he were to go to AEW, pray to God he doesn't get a major injury.
Or maybe he wants to go back to making movies again.
Possibly.
That's what you should want to do, because that's way easier, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can't do that right now because of the WGA strike. So AEW it is. He's going to have to make money somehow.
Yes and no. I mean, dude, he saved his money, so he's good. But even if he wanted to make some extra change, I mean, there's still other things that he can do.
Do some wrestling seminars.
How do you know? What if he didn't save his money? How do you know he saved his money?
I mean, he just did a podcast with Christian a couple years ago, so he could still do that. He could, bring his favorite rock stars on or having. I mean, he could do a bunch of different things, different mediums, and he's smart enough to do that. Plus, him being home with his children and doing that, and and plus also he could potentially do some seminars for some young guys that are directly involved with the major companies. Absolutely. But I think he just wants to see his children grow. I mean, when Shawn Michaels retired, the comment that made him think about retiring was some guy came up to him in the locker room and says, how old are your kids now? They're like, oh, they're like 9 and such and such. I was like, well, they're halfway gone. Do you want to,
they're half dead.
They're half dead. No, I'm just saying, they're halfway gone in terms of them being adults. So you might as well stick around for the other half.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I just got a message from Bullfrog.
What did he say?
He said he now farms babies.
Interesting.
I don't know. What up, Bullfroggy? Oh, nice, Dad. I'm tell him nice. Oh, nice, Daddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our favorite Egyptian living in London currently, our brother Omar. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Nothing much. Just living life.
What time is it over there?
It's 3:15 a.m.
Dude, you are committed, bro.
Yeah, I'm nocturnal as fuck, man. I don't know. My sleeping is just all over the place. But yeah, talking about AEW, I sold my ticket yesterday.
Wow.
Ticket?
Yeah, I was gonna go. And honestly, after the last night's show, I was so turned off by the matches and the card. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch it at home.
That's interesting.
Did you make some money on that card? Did you make some money on that ticket though?
A little bit, but not. But I didn't want to be a scumbag and be like, yeah, you want one of the early ones? I just sold it, but yeah, a little bit, not too much, because there's still tickets available though.
There's still about 4,000 tickets left as far as their capacity of what they're aimed for. But funny enough, there have been a lot of resales, from people that bought tickets and they wanted to sell them back or whatever, but not that many. It's like a small percentage. We were just speaking about this before, Omar, where it's like the card has been in the sense of the approach of the announcements of the matches have been lackluster. Yeah. And also, we don't have like a Bryan Danielson, or we don't have a couple other wrestlers that are out there on the shelf. And even if we did have them in a big time match, we still be kind of in the same position in a sense where and then also we don't have access to the AAA stars, a lot of them, or a lot of the New Japan stars, other than just a few. So
they called
and that's
the show.
All it was. That's what all it was. It was a mixture of promotions that came together and put on a big show.
That's my point. So it's called All In. All In, the idea of All In, you get all the indie people. Doesn't matter where you're from, as long as you're not WWE, you will become part of this show, and you put on the greatest thing ever. That was the whole idea of All In the first place. So this card is nothing but full-on tag team match after tag team match. There's 4 or 5 tag team matches. Either it's 2
and some of them working double time.
Exactly. So it's just the only thing carrying this card is MJF and Adam Cole. That is the only thing carrying this card. This card, and listen, man, I love AEW. I mean, I shit on WWE so much. It's not so. I'm not like some fucking WWE. I'm not a fan of the current WWE product by a mile too. So, but AEW, I'm sorry, the fucking story building has been poor. Has been so shit. Like the fucking Osprey versus Jericho. Are you shitting me? Is that the match we're getting? So you're telling me Don Callis doesn't use his biggest fucking weapon to destroy Kenny Omega in Wembley while he's doing the JR interview.
And that's something that should be discussed, because the last pay-per-view match that was praised over
the last match they had, in my opinion, is one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my life.
It was amazing.
Yeah, how do you not do
it? Was so good.
And this would be their third one if they had done that, right? So how do you
and
not do Osprey Mega 3?
Yeah. So the first match was in Tokyo. Second match was in Kenny's Omega's turf in Canada. Third match is going to be in London, and it's going to be in Osprey's turf.
80,000 people.
In 80,000. Imagine that was the main event. Holy shit, dude.
It would be the ultimate, and again, I hate to use the term independent, because AEW is no longer an independent, company or a small company. They are making numbers, and they're got $1 billion budget. So it's this would have
never been. Wait a minute, Rostov. They've never been a small company. They started as a big company.
No. They started as a small company in the sense that they were still building their audience and still building numbers as far as their ratings go, their merchandise sales, their ticket sales, all that. So they were still starting out, and then they grew even from there, because again, and especially when Punk came into the picture, they grew even more.
I don't think that AEW has grown. I don't agree with that. I think they've really always been at this level, right? Like think about it. When they started with around over 1 million people at first. Then they went down to around 800,000 for a while, and then they went down to 700,000, and then they went up, and then they went over 1 million a couple of times again, and then they went down again, and then Punk came in, and they barely. I think when Punk showed up, didn't they? They either went just over 1 million, right, or they went to 970.
They went over 1 million. Over 1 million.
So they have a established fan base, is what I would say. They have an established fan base. Yeah, that's fairly consistent at about 1 million people. But I wouldn't say that they've been growing and growing and growing, because I don't think so. But what I do think has happened is what you're seeing in wrestling right now is something interesting. You are seeing attendance has returned and has been growing. So WWE and AEW somewhat. AEW's had struggles, but overall there's been a lot more attending than there were. There was a point in time where we made fun of the tarps every single week on this show.
And this before the pandemic.
And that was before the pandemic. And so you are seeing a lot of fans return to live events. So WWE and AEW are growing in the sense of that and in corporate, deals and stuff like that. But as far as like ratings on the television, they're pretty much
Oh, no. It's night and day. It's night and day. But I'm just saying in the sense for them as a number 2 company in comparison to other promotions worldwide, as far as like their numbers, their revenue, and the loyalty of their fan base.
Yeah.
Like for me personally, AEW is the number 2 wrestling company in the world when it comes to fan base. Not like New Japan, not like AAA, not like even a lot of the European.
Very far. Yeah,
no, because Japan is pretty close, but no, they've got a smaller country. They're the number 1 promotion in that country. They're a smaller country, but they get a lot of views from outside countries too. AAA for sure is very secluded to mostly Mexico. So AEW is number 2. I mean, who else would you compare it to? They're on TV. There's only 2 companies really on real TV. And then if you want to count Impact on whatever little thing.
But that's the point that Joe mentioned. So Joe said it didn't grow, and I agree, but it was heavily funded. Right. There's a difference between your personal, like, independent growth, and there's a difference when someone's pumping so much money into you nonstop. Because let's not forget, like, fucking Tony Khan and the Khan family are way richer than, not now, but when they started, they were way richer than Vince McMahon. You're talking about a $9 billion fucking net worth, and they own so many other ventures, like an NFL team and a football team.
The NFL team, the soccer team.
The soccer team, yeah.
They acquired Ring of Honor, which I can only imagine was
you
not
already
that
have
much
a
money.
deal. You have a deal with TNT, and you have a deal with fucking CB. That's money funded.
Renewed their contract with TNT and TBS.
Exactly. So I wouldn't call it like. If anything, these guys should be crushing it more, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
Yes, in many ways, yes. But I'm just saying more so that they've grown, even if it's small. It's still growth. And remember, they're doing an 80,000 seat gate, beating records. And again, I'm not trying to compare apples to apples here, but with WWE, this is significant for a company that's not even close to being 4 years old yet.
But that's the thing, though. They wouldn't be able to do this in the U.S. They only did it in the UK because I'm telling you, they have a massive fan base. Like in England, since I'm living here, people here are way more fans of AEW than WWE. It's just the nature of people here. They like the edgier content, and they like the more.
Would you say they like New Japan as well? Because I feel like the UK people like New Japan.
They like New Japan, but not as much as WWE. But AEW, they're way more AEW fans than WWE fans here. I can tell you that for sure.
Omar, here's a question for you. Do you think mainly the reason why there's all that fandom, or even more so, of whether it be WWE or AEW come around there, that it becomes so big, is because they only go there so much out of, let's say, a few times out of the year, and that's why it's so big?
I think that's a factor. That's a big factor as well. That's their first main event ever in the UK. Their first ever event in the UK. I don't think they ever did one before.
Somebody compared it to WCW, but I got to tell you, when Eric Bischoff went out and spent all that money on the WWE guys, there's a major difference, because WCW's ratings, went from I think 3 million to 7 million. So when, Eric Bischoff spent a shitload of money, but he increased the ratings significantly. Tony Khan just created this company from scratch, and they pretty much still have the same amount of viewers now that they did at the beginning after spending all the money that they've spent. So
which is sad.
I do gotta so the person that said, Tony Khan's done a better job than Eric Bischoff, they're not really comparable to me.
Not comparable at all.
Yeah, and I do think Tony Khan's in a different position. He's got it's a different situation, and also it's not as significant as what Eric did. You can't, Tony Khan.
Also, inflation's completely different from 1998, 1999.
Well, and I would give it to him. So, so say Tony Khan went out and spent a little more money, you know what I mean, and he got the ratings to 2.5 million, or got the ratings to 3 million. I would
sometimes.
I would consider that to be about, equal to today's version, because nowadays 1 million TV viewers is the equivalent to back in the days 4 million viewers. So it's like that's pretty
Very
good.
true.
So if Tony Khan were to get to 2 million viewers, yeah, that would be like that'd be like almost 6 to 8 million back in the day. So
But speaking of the gap between them and WWE, the comparison I can honestly make, and people are gonna get mad at this, it's similar to what TNA did between 2005 till 2009. The difference is TNA wasn't as funded as AEW. But remember, sometimes in 07, 06, I want to watch an alternative. I would put on TNA, watch a Kurt Angle Samoa Joe match, or watch
fantastic.
Suicide, or one of these guys. That's what AEW feels to me right now. It's like the little TNA Impact. Not now. TNA Impact now is a piece of trash. But in 06 or 010 or 09.
Whoa, it's pretty good.
Wait, what did you say?
I watch Impact here and there.
I've heard Impact is pretty good.
Yeah, it's different. It's not the same as the glory years, which, like Omar said, 2005 to 2009. I mean, there's still some great athletes that I watch from time to time. Like Moose is great. He's gotten way better than he was a number of years ago. Deanna Purrazzo, I believe her name is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god,
dude! Kurt Angle in these years was a maniac. Kirk Angle.
Right. Well, again, he was having better matches, in my opinion, than he was in WWE up to that point. Like him and AJ, and Samoa Joe, him and Sting were some of the best matches I've ever saw that he ever did.
Suicide was a maniac. I don't know who did. It was like a couple of people who did Suicide, but Suicide was
Christopher Daniels did Suicide. A few other different people did Suicide.
But again, that's what I mean. If TNA Impact at the time, if it was funded like AEW was funded at that time, I think it would have been a contender against WWE.
It could have been, but again, you still have to understand that the audience need to understand what the brand is and who you are, because that's why Vince was so smart, especially during the low times of the business, where he was trying to promote the brand and not just separate stars. Like, for example, he had Hogan, which was the star, and he was promoting that along with WrestleMania, along with the WWF, brand. But then, of course, when it was in 94, 95, it was a very lean time, especially coming out of the steroid trial.
Because that was the perfect time to go against WWE. Because WWE in 2005 to like 08, it was nothing but Cena down your throat nonstop. It was literally, that was the whole title picture. And the heavyweight picture was either Taker or Batista. I remember.
And TNA... Yeah. And TNA's women's division, the knockout division, was killing it to the point where that was the only women's wrestling in North America that I watched at that time, because I hated the WWE's women's division in 07, 08, 09. I hated it. And it's no disrespect to any of the ladies, but they weren't Mickey James. They weren't Trish.
It was literally Vince coming in the back. That's what literally. That looks great.
Oh, did you hear about the Candice Michelle recent comments that she made about being like, I don't know if it was being groped or whatever during an interview with Vince backstage?
I think didn't we talk about that time we played the weird video of her TED Talk or whatever?
No, but it was before. I was before that, I think, because she made mention about certain things, but not specifics. But then it became recent about specific individuals, and Vince was apparently one of them.
Okay, yeah, I feel like I heard about it, but so much stuff comes out that, like, I don't know, bro. I'm not surprised, I guess, but I feel like anything she did was somewhat agreed upon, but I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I wasn't there either.
Sue him. Take him to court if he did that.
Well, I mean, they would get either acquittal or it would be thrown out pretty easily, because Jerry McDivitt is one of the most incredible lawyers. It's just knowing his track record before WWE is actually kind of insane.
Yeah, but I mean, at least then I'd be like, all right, this really happened. She's really taking him to court.
Yeah.
And by the way, they've settled out of court 1 million times with a bunch of people.
Of course they did.
Pico?
Yeah, so the people got money, so go get your money.
Yeah. Right. Go get your $2-3 million.
Yeah. Someone say something I missed? Pico? Somebody would.
Because WWE right now is they're worth like now going in like 9.3 billion going into the fusion with UFC, but even then it's like they're still probably worth even more now because of the fact that they're going to all these new other countries, including not just Saudi Arabia but now India with a bigger show. Puerto Rico did well. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to like maybe like Paris or Japan or something like that, like one of these couple years where they want to do a special show.
Yeah.
So it's interesting times as far as making money on their part.
Sorry, what were you saying, Pico?
Oh, I was just going to say earlier, missed a great clip there. Mustafa said, even though it's small, it's still growth.
I wish I got that. I gotta go back and find that.
Hey, Joe, real quick, where did you find this article about Aubrey and August Burns Red? Because I'm searching for it and
I found it on Twitter. I tweeted it out earlier. There was a big thread about it.
Yeah, I saw the thread on Reddit.
Could be fake.
The moderator deleted it.
Oh, really?
Of course he would.
Yeah.
Of course he would.
Well, I mentioned multiple times as I broke it down and talked about it. I said this could be fake.
The thing is, had August like that band? Did they ever had that? I don't know, drama with any other fan? Any other fan?
Well, I mean, from their point of view, it's probably not that big a deal, really. But from all the wrestling fans' point of view, it's like, oh my God, the story, Aubrey Edwards.
Man, I feel Aubrey is the scumbag here. Like Aubrey is an egotistical son of a bitch.
Well,
I'm just gonna say
she is bizarre and whatever else. But in all fairness, like we said, this could be a fake story. And on top of that, the band are kind of scumbags too for shitting on a fan of theirs. I just find that to be icky. Even if she is a weirdo,
Well, Joe, Gigi Allen shit on his fans all the time.
That's true. Now, maybe she got in a bubble bath later and then envisioned his angry face laughing at her, and she.
Limp Bizkit do the same too.
Really?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Fred Durst is always like, oh.
Limp Bizkit in Download in 2016, the guy was spitting on some fans.
Oh. Okay.
Shit, he's bizarre, man.
Have you seen Maui, dude? The fire was essentially
it's horrible.
It looks like the reason for the fire is going to be power lines, and then they didn't use water to help people because they think water's sacred.
He's surrounded by water.
Dude, this is the guy from Maui. This is the guy who's in charge of Hawaii or whatever the fuck. And by the way, he works for like Obama or something. And this is his answer to like what
the commission is responsible per our authorizing statute to protect and manage all water resources in the state. One Water is like taking it and looking at it from a holistic system perspective, and that's not any different than how Hawaiians traditionally manage water. In essence, we treated the Native Hawaiians treated water as one of the earthly manifestations of a god and a kua.
It doesn't.
And so that reverence for a resource and that reciprocity in relationship was something that was really, really important to our worldview and well-being, right? And living in an island isolated from
people
other
are dying.
Civilizations.
Get your head out of your
Sacred, but I bet India will cut some up to save lives.
We were at one with the water, so it's more important than us, really. Like, this is the guy.
My gosh.
Bro,
he's a murderer.
This guy, right? I mean, that's a very, you could say that. I mean, this guy put water ahead of people, just so you know. And now, listen, I understand. I feel very spiritual about things sometimes. I'm like, thank you, water, for giving me life as I drink it right here. When I eat food that's like an animal, I feel thankful like that I've gotten this, and I do feel connected to nature and stuff. But you know what I also like doing? Saving humans' lives.
I like to breathe. I like to live. I like to wake up in the morning.
Jesus Christ. The air is here. You're breathing the air because it's here for you to use.
Joe. Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. He looks like the guy from Deep Space Nine, Chakotay.
He looks like Samoa Joe fucked Gina Hernandez.
And so I think where it shifted to today or over time is that we've become used to looking at water as like something which we use and not necessarily something that we revere as that thing that gives us life, right? I mean, to me, it's a shift in value set.
Okay, psychopath. Great job.
Jesus, he's so full of shit.
This guy's a narcissist.
No, these people are nuts, bro. This is Oh my God, bro! Like, and here's the thing: the one side, right? The left is like it's climate change. No, you know what it is? It's the infrastructure is dead because those power lines were supposed to be changed a long time ago, and they didn't do it. They ignored it. All the money, all the taxes, everything they have, they didn't replace the things that they knew they had to replace. And guess what? They caught fire, started a fire, and it burned the Maui to shit. And this guy, they didn't implement the right stuff because this guy loves water over humans. And they didn't sound the siren either, by the way. They didn't sound the siren because they were like, oh, if we sound the siren, it sounds like the tsunami siren. People are going to run away from the water. But, like, so instead people burned in their homes because they were sleeping. So it's just like we're run by retards in this country and in Hawaii and everywhere.
Say that one more time for the people in the back, Joe. Say that a little bit louder.
We're run by retards. We are run by retards. It's going on everywhere, too. It's just people that are not qualified, really, to be doing jobs that they're doing are in charge of shit.
I think they are scumbags more than retards.
It might be
you can't be that retarded.
I get it. I love water, too, but come on.
I can name a few politicians in international countries. Trust me, dude, they are retards.
I listened to the man in charge of the aqua in Hawaii, and boy, I got angry. If I was a citizen of Hawaii, I would have taken him to court. I might have gone down and beat him to death myself. By the way, my wife still has sex with me. Okay.
Does she?
What do you think?
Somebody ought to bring back retard like the guy from Clerks wanted to bring back Porch Monkey.
Oh, that's I brought it back. I just brought retard back.
Bro.
I brought retard back. I am one. I understand. I understand this. Hey, give me your closing thoughts. Anybody got something really important to say?
Well, I was gonna say, like, what do you think was The Rock's reaction watching Hawaii burn?
He already put it out there on Instagram.
Yeah. And let me guess, he made it about himself. Says, guys, I'm gonna save the day and donate to $1 gazillion.
No, I know exactly what it is.
This is all about me.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna go look in a minute. But I bet you The Rock said something to the effect of, "When I was a boy, my mother." It's gonna be first. He usually does this. He starts with a relative story, like about his father going there when he was little, or him seeing the beautiful Maui and the things, whatever. So he's going to relate it to himself first with like a personal story. And then he says, seeing what they're going through right now, hurts my heart and my thoughts and strength and all. And then he'll even he'll say something like that, like mana or like some word in there. Okay, so let's go to see what he really said, because I don't know. So this is great. Was I right or was I really wrong? We'll see.
I think you're right, dude.
Dude, I can't wait to see it. Oh man,
he'll make it about himself.
But I don't, not in a bad way though. Like I think he makes things. I think he tries to like relate his touchingly personal whatever to it. So when did he tweet this out? I don't see it.
I think probably very recently.
Oh, right, recently.
Wait, did he tweet or did he do an Instagram? Because I don't see a tweet.
I think Instagram.
It's probably on both of them. If you go to his Instagram, you'll see it.
Okay, I don't see him on Twitter, so he must be only on Instagram.
I'll send it to you on Instagram. Give me that.
I found it. Oh no! Wait.
Yeah, it's the latest.
Wait, did he write it or did he say it in words?
Say it in a video.
Oh, okay, all right. Then this might be it.
That by now, all of you around the
see now, I don't know if that's going to be true. That he. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, you know what? He didn't really do what I thought. I was kind of wrong. I was, I expected him to tell a story. Heartbroken, but our faith in mana is strong.
What did he say in the video? Like play the video.
First responders, healthcare teams, hotel businesses, we love you, all families. So yeah, no, he actually just kept it right to the point there. So I was way wrong. But yeah, let's hear what he says though.
The world have seen the complete destruction and devastation that.
And it would have been avoided if the people who run Hawaii didn't fuck up. By the way, not
to call Black Adam.
So whoever's in charge in Hawaii needs to go.
Has hit our Hawaiian islands, our island of Maui, and I'm completely heartbroken over this, and I know all of you are too. Everything that I've seen transpire over these past couple of days, everything that continues to transpire, hour by hour and minute by minute, it's all heartbreaking. Thank you guys around the world for all of your love and your support, your light, your prayers. Thank you for sending them to the islands of Hawaii, the people of Hawaii. And for you guys who want to donate and support in any way that you can, check the link in my bio. I'll even drop it down here in my copy. I have been speaking with organizations on the ground who have boots on the ground.
Here we go.
And I will continue to get as much information as possible. There's so many needs. Hey, everybody.
So that was it. He actually really kept it to the point, actually. He didn't say, like, go into a whimsical story, which I don't have a problem with if he did that. I was just saying he seems to a lot of times relate something to something he's gone through. But yeah.
You know what that means? The outro of this video must be the Mana song.
What can I say except you're burning? The fires are burning bright. They shouldn't have paid. What?
All the Maui Wowie gone.
All the Maui Wowie's gone. All the mana gone.
It's about dick, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put it to work, put it to hours.
If they weren't so fucking stupid, they'd still be fucking uncrisped.
Yeah. If they had actually spent money on new power lines. Hey,
I'm
look.
not making any jokes.
We're Maui. We don't believe in power and fixing the power lines, and we don't believe in water helping people. We believe water.
These people, they fucking got these old fucking goddamn indigenous or whatever the fuck goddamn spiritual beliefs or whatever they believe, and it's keeping them from saving people's fucking lives.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's what's funny though is if it was
love it.
But if it was Christian religion, they'd be they'd be on CNN right now saying like what the stupid religious people, you don't believe in vaccines, well you're going to die. Well, guess what? They didn't believe in using water to save people, so they died. You fucking idiots.
But they like the gays. I think they like the gays, so we're okay.
Yeah. Well, that's why they really can't go after Maui, because it looks like that guy is gay, the guy in charge of everything.
Well, I mean, really, like, it's funny how, like, 1 minute the media will choose, these people are bad. Well, how about these people are just fucking stupid?
Dude, they got the Ben and Jerry's ice cream guys in charge of their fucking place. Just like Ben and Jerry's is like, everybody should give their all their land back to the indigenous whatever. Then the Indian tribe went, okay, good, give us back your land because you're on our land. And then Ben and Jerry's just went silent. Yeah, you're retarded.
I'm not gonna lie, I still like their Cherry Garcia ice cream.
Listen, I like their ice cream too.
Ben and Jerry's. Hawaii doesn't realize this fucking land belonged to the water, and they didn't even use it.
Idiots. They're like, we're surrounded by water. Yeah, what the fuck? You're an island, bro.
It's not like they have to drink it, for Christ's sake.
That I feel really bad for all the people in Hawaii and Maui,
because they're fucking stupid for being there in the first place.
Well, you could argue that, but the people in charge, yeah, they're really retarded. Their leaders are horrible.
No, okay, yeah, I'll take that back. The people in charge, I'll blame them.
I mean,
other people.
But I mean, there is a
other people.
There's a giant volcano there. Come on. I mean,
Well, that's fine. That's natural.
We're living on the edge.
We live by water, but we can't put this fire out. Golly gee.
Ugh.
Well, Jesse, you live right by a fault line, right?
Dude, this whole state's a fault line. What are you talking about?
I mean, I know, but like, are you like directly like by like the San Andreas Fault?
I'll put it this way: if you like, the plumbing has to be redone eventually because the Earth moves every so often, and your pipes change positioning.
Right.
That's what she said.
Right.
No, but like, I don't think I live by any major fault lines. I mean, I'm in California though. Like I said, I mean,
imagine like a Samoan man like inside his hut while he's burning, and he has like a big supply of water to put it down, and he's like, the mana, onana will save me. The mana, it's gonna save me.
Water with anything and drink.
Well, he just burns to shreds in like 2 minutes.
What a fucking hero!
I love you.
This water is worth something to me, worth more than money.
Fucking Hawaii. I don't know why, but I laugh whenever I hear about Hawaii.
Yeah, even Canada, even when Canada was burning, they did a better job with this than freaking Hawaii. This is sad.
Dude, Canada had more room to run.
It's messed up.
Oh, that's true.
Jesus
I know
Christ.
it is.
Yeah, they would have frozen by the time they
get
get
a few months later. They'd have some snow to put it out. Yeah.
And imagine like they're not like if you're burning in an island, go to the beach. But like imagine like one of them, you know that fucking fat slob who sings with a guitar with a little ukulele.
Hey, don't talk Mustafa that way. He's not even fat. But
I
he
am
plays
not
the guitar
fat,
like a beast.
I can't believe this. Listen,
Some
guys,
white guy just singing.
I gotta run. I really do gotta. I do gotta run.
No.
I gotta run.
Boo.
I gotta run. I really do.
I just saw people in here.
I'm sorry. No, I'm glad you guys came though, but fuck, I gotta go. I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow.
We came too.
I'm glad you came.
Fine.
You're welcome. I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow night for about an hour or so, and then Saturday night, monetize this Saturday night. We can go all night Saturday,
Well, not
Jesse.
really.
Don't stab him with a butcher knife.
I don't
We'll
want
go
to.
about 5 hours.
I don't want to get people's hopes up, but Jake DeMarco did just text me and say that he doesn't have his teeth anymore since they had to remove them, and he
Stop! No.
He is.
Wait a minute.
So,
Wait. That's good blowing right there.
Well, my point is he is up for blowjobs. He said.
Dude, I am in. I'll be the first one over there. Dick out.
Yep. Jake DeMarco just texted me. He is down to give blowjobs. He needs about $100 per BJ, everybody. Because he's got a lot of hospital bills.
I'll give him 200 and one blowjob. I'll give him a deal.
I love it. Thank you. Jay Menace was here. Garguts, Jesse J, and Pachar Mustafa.
Get anybody's hopes up. What does that mean about Jake's teeth?
Well, no, he didn't want anybody to get excited, in case he can't blow them.
Oh, I thought, dude, I swear to God, when he said, I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but Jake, I thought you were going to say he might show up on Saturday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he'll show up. He'll say this.
We love you, Jake.
Love you, Jake.
Maui.
I took myself and that Jake might suck my dick. I'm upset.
I know. He might still.
Dude,
I'm not. He still might do it. You're welcome. Good night, everybody. Hey, man, thank you to the Ghost from the Coast who dropped $150 and everybody else who dropped all these donations, man. We love you. I love you long time, and I'll see you tomorrow night for about an hour or so, depending on how it goes. We'll see you there. See you tomorrow night. Glad you guys are here. See ya.